One day when it was really hot, I had this great idea that we should build a swimming pool. So the first thing we did is to mark out the ground here and dig out the edge around it, as you can see. Then we started excavating the top of the land off to get to our oval, and then started digging down deeper so that we could find our levels. That was actually a lot of hard work. Everybody got involved. As we dug deeper, it got harder and harder, and there was a huge amount of clay at the bottom. I think we dug down to about 0.9 meters and 6 inches wider than the actual pool itself. And here's where we're dumping the earth at the back of the land. Laser line goes around the edge of the pool to get the levels here. And we're really close to the water table, so we have to keep pumping the water out all the time, which is fine, but it's just more hard work.
Yep. And what are you doing?
No, it's not ready, Mr. Goose, is it?
I'll get you some bread.
No, please don't. Don't encourage them. We have hundreds of them. They poo everywhere. No, doesn't want to make friends of
I
you.
thought you might not like that. See, I can't help you with that attitude.
Epic fail. So we've finished levelling the pool, and now we added the sand, and we've got about 2 or 3 centimetres of sand there, which was whacker plated as well, and we're starting on the construction. So those are the legs, and that's the top that's gone down there, and then we started to try and build the construction, which was incredibly difficult. So nothing went together the way it should have gone together, and that wall just wouldn't go into place. So we laid all the pieces out to continue and sorted through the pump and the filter and all the components. And here they are laid out on the pool table. This is the wood for the decking, and we start constructing the decking around the pool. The next thing we have to do is get that liner in, and that was really, really hard as well, trying to smooth it out and get it to fit over the actual wall. And that took a huge amount of effort, and we actually thought we weren't going to manage it at some point. And we've still got some folds in the bottom now, but we did the best we could do. It certainly was very, very hard. So you put a few inches of water in, and then you have to kind of constantly go around pushing it. But here, by the evening, we've managed to complete that, and then of course the kids jump in when it's filling up, even though we're not ready, but you can't stop the kids. It's for the kids, and they just want to get in there. The big kids getting in, big kid getting out. And here we are continuing with the decking, and then more fun. Whilst we're working, everybody else is obviously having fun. Fitting the skimmer and the plugs. This is the dirty water pump as well that was constantly pumping out the water from around the pool where the gap was. We had a lot of problems with those throughout the build because they've failed and they've stopped working. Started working again. We've had earth collapsing into them. Here, when the earth collapsed in, the pump stopped working and it flooded. So back to carrying on with the decking. And again, it was a huge amount of decking. I've done a lot of decking, but this one, I had a lot of help with this one because it was just very hard to get it level. It was very difficult. And of course we were having to add a lot of support structure to the right hand side of the pool by the buildings there, creating the path that goes along that way. And we've got 2 different levels there. We've got the filter and the pump in that section too, and as you can see here, it's all totally flooded again over the winter because the dirty water pumps have failed because of this cave-in here, which blocked the dirty water pump's filter until they stopped working. So we've had to reinforce this by putting rebar in there and then some reinforcing panels, and then we've got this dirty pool that we need to sort out as well before we carry on continuing with the decking. Algae started growing in the pool, and here we are deciding how to finish the decking off. got a lot of structural support, and we've got 2 dirty water pumps either side as well that collects the water from around the pool on the outside. We've also got 2 decking paths of different levels because of the levels of the building and the land. So it's quite a complicated job, especially messing around with the dirty water pumps, because I'm very near the water table and it does fill up. Putting a plastic plinth around the outside just to finish it off. I think that makes all the difference. I'd seen somebody else that had done it with one of these pools. Yeah, looks really fantastic. He's going to jump in, but he was a little bit scared because it was so cold. He dropped a panel pin in there, so he had to jump in to find it. Took quite a while. Under he goes. Nope, didn't get it. So this went on for quite a while actually. He did manage to get it in the end. And then we thought we dropped another 5 in and we hadn't, but there you go, there it is. So just finishing off around. And you can see we've still got algae in the pool. Managed to clean up the water apart from the bottom. It's a real pain with the algae actually. It is hard, but I was using unstabilized chlorine, so I've ordered some stabilized chlorine now. And you see we've got the hatches, we've built hatches either side, and the hatches are open there because we're dealing with the dirty water pumps. But it's coming on and it's nearly finished at this stage. But then the dirty water pumps failed as well, so there was another problem. Now we're trying to vacuum out the algae, but in the end it was a case of jumping in the pool because I think people just like jumping in the pool, to be honest, even if it's freezing cold. And in she goes. Yep, she made it look like it was nothing, but she was freezing. And all of the algae was taken out on this occasion pretty much, and within 2 or 3 days of shock treating it again, it came back. So at the moment the pool is a little bit cloudy. I don't know, this pond vac, it works okay, but it's slow, it's a slow process. A really important part of this job was stopping the landslides that were naturally happening. The actual hole for the swimming pool is about 6 or 9 inches larger than the pool, and obviously it's got earth all the way around it, and on one side it's literally full of type 2, and in heavy rain this was all falling through, creating landslides and filling up that empty space around the pool. So we're using rubbish that was left on the land as reinforcement. So first of all we've put some mesh rebar down to hold it all back, and we've staked that into the ground strongly, and then using these panels instead of taking them off to the rubbish dump to use as solid reinforcement to stop the earth and the small bits of sand and shingle and whatever falling through. So, and we've had to do that in a few places, but to be honest I think there were some other places that should have had this reinforcement. In fact, I think all around this pool should have had this kind of reinforcement, because there is nothing to stop, even on the lawn side, the earth actually collapsing into a dead space. So here we're just preparing some of these old panels that were actually used as a building on the land, these particular ones, but there were a lot of other panels like this in the past that we collected and have taken away for rubbish, which can be seen in the video of the land renovation. Here we have a panel we're about to drop down into the larger gap where the feet stand for the pool, which is about 90 centimetres wide. There's the foot and there's the side of the earth, and that's where it's all caving in. Don't know why those crops are there, that's strange. So going underneath now, you can see how we've used these panels as reinforcement to stop the earth collapsing in. And also they're filling the sinkholes for the dirty water pumps. They're filling those up with type 2 and stones and rubble, so it doesn't help the pumps work properly, and it causes blockages. We've got some small bits of decking that need to be cut with a table saw to finish it off. I mean, with the decking all around this pool, it was a big job. And although the pool was only about £2,000 for a liner pool, obviously the decking and all of the stud work for the decking made it come to about £2,000 more. Bought some more stabilised, well not some more, I've just bought some stabilised chlorine. I'm not sure what to do with these upright posts yet, so I'm leaving them in, but maybe I'll cut them down, probably I'll cut them down, or I might build a structure into them. I was thinking about building arches here. One of the family members said to build benches, that's a good idea, but I'm not sure. Here we have our access panels, and again here, and again here, and the same round the other side. So much debris on this already. If anybody knows how to take care of the pool, let me know. And here we have the other access panel. You can just screw those down and take them up easily. So that's it. 2 years to build a cheap, home-built DIY pool. Liner pool, it's just a liner pool. Right, so the next job is to deck all of this area here. That's all the decking I've got left. And then deck here and finish off the gabions at the back and put the fence panels up. Oh, also, I've got to put the border along here, the plinth on. I've got to put a plinth on along here, which is the one thing that we haven't done yet. And all I do for here is what I've done with the decking path here, and just turn one of the decking planks around the other way, and then you've got a nice, neat plinth. Okay, well, that's the pool done then, pretty much. Bye for now.